Hi there! It's now the Dragon Slayer's turn to shine. In this video, I'll talk about what I think the best build for Dragon Slayer and why. On a glimpse, it's obvious to see that the Dragon Slayer is more of a DPS oriented subclass than its other half, the Troll Slayer, which makes this class's skills and attacks focus more on weapon skill and focus stats. First skill that you need to focus on is Doom's Edge. This skill is so useful on both Dragon and Troll Slayers. It's just very effective because of the required 1 rage bar. Pumping weapon skill and focus increases this skill's damage, but gains more damage based on the focus stat, as weapon skill stat increases normal attack damage more. Max this skill for best results. Next skill to talk about is Bugman's Best. Keep the skill at level 1. That extra 10% crit chance is huge for Dragon Slayers, as this subclass is focused on attacking non-stop. Leveling up this skill slightly isn't that effective in my opinion unless maxed, as a few levels just reduces its cooldown by a few seconds. So all in all, just keep this skill at level 1. The next skill is a choice of either Sever or Chop Chop. I personally may have made an error on my skill build and chose Chop Chop for my Dragon Slayer. Because looking at the skills we can unlock in the future, Crash Landing, it doesn't require rage to deal additional damage unlike Troll Slayer buffs that is increased with 3 rage bars. So going for Sever Charge with 3 rage bars would be another good source of DPS for the Dragon Slayer. And if you go Chop Chop, just level it to 1. Even if you go Sever, level it to 1, as you will need your AP for your level 25 burst skill, Crash Landing. And now for our super OP passive Doom. This skill reduces your damage taken and converts that damage into a dot instead. It's a strong, defensive, and offensive skill for Dragon Slayers, as Doom stacks basically empower our normal attacks. For this skill, I would suggest just keeping it to level 1 for the time being, as Dragon Slayers are made to deal damage, and the faster you kill your target, the less damage you take anyway. Whirling Destruction is the Dragon Slayer's mini version of Spin to Win. It's a 3-hit AoE cone attack that attacks enemies in front that gets additional 40% damage after casting it with 1 rage stack. I wouldn't recommend leveling this up because there are better offensive skills options for Dragon Slayers. And honestly, this skill feels very underwhelming for me. At level 15, the Dragon Slayer gets to get an OP passive called Guided by Doom. This skill empowers your normal attacks by a certain percentage depending on the current amount of Doom stacks you have. So the more you are damaged in battle, the stronger you hit your enemies with your normal attacks. It's a very strong passive, and I would suggest to level it up to at least level 4 early. The next skill you get is a choice of either Joy of Battle or Grim Determination. Now this is a tough choice, as Joy of Battle gives you percentage HP regen per hit, while Grim Determination gives you percentage HP per hit for 15 seconds. Take note that the percentage recovery on both HP and MP are based on the damage you deal. Basically, picking Joy of Battle enables you to keep on using skills, while Grim Determination keeps you alive with HP regen. Whichever skill you use or choose, I recommend on keeping them on at least level 2 only early game. Currently, the skills we obtain are capped on level 25 skill. And for the Dragon Slayer, it's another Burst Gap Closer skill that has a 15-second cooldown and scales with Doom stacks at max level. And yes, you should max out the skill as the damage is insanely high and it's affected by your Doom stacks, which is the Slayer class's bread and butter. Here's a recap on which skills to use and what level you should invest on them. Well, that's my quick skill guide for the Dragon Slayer class. Hope this guide was helpful. See you soon!